If you can hear us, just type in the chat. And let me check on here. Okay, I guess not. Huh. Okay, can you hear us? I just posted in the chat. Okay, there we go. Okay, what's up, Lonita, Ashton, Jason, Darrow? All right, there we go. There we go. There was a delay, but we're now back. Apologies for the issue. Our producer was traveling, so now we're doing the stream directly from my computer. So hopefully this should be a lot better. Okay, so we're going straight into the AMA. Let me pull up the AMA here, and then pull up my screen. Okay, dokie. Okay, all right. So first question: thoughts on SuperFarm and PokeMarkets? Okay, very good question. So SuperFarm is Elliott Trade's project. Bill, could you pull that up in terms of TA? Okay, and then so we've not done an official code review on Elliott Trade's project, so we can't really say much. But for those who don't know, they're basically doing NFTs. That's basically, let me pull it up here. Go through it. And this obviously did, I would say, I think it was up to 100x to early investors. So basically, for those who don't know, they launched their, my understanding is they launched the project via Polkastarter. And as most projects on there have been doing very, very well. But in my opinion, IDOs or IDO platforms, projects there are pretty much, especially for Polkadot, they're pretty much short-term plays because Polkadot is not really ready yet. And the fact that they're raising in ETH tells you pretty much all you have to know in terms of that project. But from a TA perspective, in general, if you like the project, probably better to wait for the hype to kind of die down and then maybe accumulate a position, because this has been one of the most popular projects this month. Because obviously the person behind it is well known in crypto YouTube and has a huge audience, over almost 300,000 subscribers. So I think that in itself will cause hype and FOMO. However, in terms of the actual tech, we've not really gone through it, so can't really comment on that. But if you like the project, let us know down below. Bill, are you able to pull up a TA on it?
All right, can you see my screen? It's the symbol super from Uniswap.
Yes.
Okay, so this really doesn't look that bad. It looks pretty good, actually. It's hit the 62% retracement of what looks like most of its early FOMO move. So as we were saying on the old stream, right? If there's uncertainty in big markets, right? We don't know what Bitcoin or ETH is going to do. A lot of this smaller speculative stuff that's been washed out may attract buyers. Now, you have to know what you're getting into with these things. I would say, you know, at $1.20, it looks okay, but I'd be prepared to buy it at 95 cents if it went down. Right? You just have to know that. And then what's the other simple? Polkastarter?
The other one was PokeMarkets, I believe. Now, that one I've not heard of. Actually, maybe I have, but I haven't looked into it. PokeMarkets. Let me pull that up as you're getting the TA for that.
I think PokeMarkets was the thing where you could bet on any, you could sort of bet on anything out there using.
Oh, the kind of like Augur, the prediction market.
That's right.
Actually, yeah. So actually, I did hear about this one. Honestly, I'm not very bullish on prediction markets. If you go back and look at Augur, basically the rep token, their performance relative to how early they were versus other projects have been better investments in my opinion, and also based on the actual data. So I think the market doesn't really care as much for prediction markets, because looking at this, Augur's market cap is 150 billion. I mean, sorry, 150 million, not billion. However, the fact that they were one of the earliest, they were the first ever ICO on Ethereum. So the first ever I see on Ethereum, and their market cap rank is only 179. So I think the market is not really as popular as people would hope it is. So as a result, taking this and porting this over onto Polkadot, I think they're better long-term investments. If you're trying to make money investing, I mean, yes, maybe you might like the platform, but as an investment, I don't think that would be my preference. Bill?
Okay, coming right up. So is the symbol for this POLK?
Let me take a look, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, Polk.
Got it. All right. So as you can see, the speculative fury in crypto, speculative juices are alive and well. You know, Polk gets hit from, $3.40 down to $1.50. So this thing loses half of its value over the course of a day. And, equities are back up. So people are back in speculating. Right? And I'm not going to tell people, I'm not going to get in the way of people speculating in these small coins. What I will say is, I don't know that this is the time to do FOMO, especially with uncertainty next week. In other words, people are chasing this from $1.80 to $2.40 like it's going to $6. And I just don't know that we're in that kind of environment. So if you're going to buy these type of coins, I think the market's going to allow you to buy dips. Fear of missing out in this environment could get you wrecked. I know that doesn't make for exciting live stream content, right? I know that, we want to board the rocket ship. I want to make sure that you can get on the rocket ship next week if you have to. So yeah, I mean, if it was at 360 and you want to pay 232 for it, please just make sure you got enough capital in case it dips back down to 2. That's all.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Okay. Next question. What are you buying more of now that there's blood in the streets? Very good question. So what I personally bought in the last week was P Network. I mentioned that because the fundamentals on that are changing. So our engineers think it's a good project. I wouldn't say it's the best project out there, but I would say, let me pull up my screen here, actually. Just give me 1 second. So if we go to where they are now. So as I've kind of mentioned before, what I look for in terms of investing is a project that's undervalued. And I think what they're doing in terms of cross-chain composability for DeFi, being able to get basically NFTs and tokens and transfer them across different blockchains. I think if anything, being crypto, this should do well just based on the hype, just based on the narrative of DeFi, cross-chain, and composability. So I think eventually it will have its time. But also factoring in the fact that it's good tech and then low market cap. Plus, they recently announced MATIC will be using P Network to integrate with EOS blockchain, EOS. So to me, that's definitely good fundamentals. So I ended up buying more. I had a very small position before. I would say it was probably 0.5% or less of my portfolio. Now I've brought it up to slightly under 2% of my portfolio. And now I'm looking into basically staking on their platform. Let me see, because they have a DAO here. If you go to their DAO and I think staking manager. So I believe the APY on this is about 42% over 1 year. But anyway, that's what I've been buying personally. I haven't bought anything else. Bill, how about you? Is there anything in particular you'll be buying on the dip?
Yes, I'm pulling it up right now. You hinted at it earlier. We've talked about it before. I don't mind talking about it again. We're looking at this whole theme. I call it the disruption of Wall Street and futures exchanges. I'm looking at Perp Oh, I just lost my screen. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Okay. Perp is something that is going to bring, derivatives and futures to the common man through blockchain. All right. It was one of the first top picks that we had. And this whole theme, like synthetics. In other words, everything that is like synthetics, okay, except we want to buy the small cap versions. Now, our paying customers have been getting sort of a steady flow of new information about these projects. Okay. I'm having technical difficulties at the moment, but the symbol that I'm looking at is perp.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you for that, Bill. Let me check the comments here just to see how we're doing here. Yeah, so if you're having issues with the video being blurry, I think maybe your internet changed the quality. On YouTube, there's an option to change the quality of the stream. This should be in 1080p. But if that's too much, just change it maybe to 720 or lower. Okay, let's take a few questions here from the audience. Okay, so here we have Kingston saying he's going to look into perp. Thanks, Bill. Okay, that's good. Let's see here. Okay, question from Tier 1 Crane. Aave. What do you think about Aave, Bill?
Okay, I'm going to have to pull it up on a different system.
Okay, all right, no worries. So I think, here, let me pull up my screen instead. So I always like to go to DeFi polls just to kind of see how things are in DeFi. So total value, let's go back to the home page. Let me just refresh this. Because last time we covered DeFi. Okay, there we go. So we have $35.9 billion locked up in DeFi. So it's been going down. And if we go to Aave, Aave is basically the prince of DeFi. Just looking purely at assets locked. So Aave is number 2 with $4.6 billion locked up. And I think Aave is one of those plays that I think has long-term value for institutional investors, because what they're doing with flash loans, I think, is a game changer. We've done a code review on Aave, and it's definitely solid project, solid code, solid technology. That's why it's done this well. But in terms of where it's going, I mean, I just wish I got in earlier. I mean, Aave is the one that I got away. But I think it's definitely a solid project long term as a value investor. I could see Aave, in my opinion, even doing, because let's see where it is in terms of market cap. Okay, if we go to Aave. So Aave is 17th in market cap. Right now it's 4.5 billion in market cap. I mean, I think if we really anticipate DeFi 2.0 being huge, and if we anticipate crypto eventually going to 10 trillion in market cap, according to the prediction by the WEF, the World Economic Forum, I could see Aave doing a 10x from here, honestly. It might seem like crazy, but I think if you're thinking super long term, several years down the road, why not? I mean, I think Aave has already kind of shown it's one of the better DeFi projects out there. So if Ethereum can go to 10,000, and if people are saying Bitcoin is going to what, 1 million, I could see Aave where Aave definitely does well long term. Now, short term, that I don't know. Let's have Bill cover that.
All right. So as with all things crypto lately, obviously there's been a substantial markdown in Aave. 381 in Aave would be the equivalent of, say, 1350 in Ethereum. So a lot of people who FOMO'd into Aave got washed out, right? So in many ways, if you missed it and you love it, I mean, if it was at 560 at 350, it looks really cheap, right? Actually, this is 305, sorry. So at 300, Aave looks like a steal, and it might be, right? In other words, if you had money on the sidelines and you just opened up a crypto account yesterday, this is the type of a coin that you would want to have for the long term. I just don't know if the bottom is 305 or 237. You probably won't know. So just ease on in a little bit at a time. Don't swim where there's 12 feet of water, swim where there's 3 or 4 feet. And then when you get more confidence, you can jump in.
All right. Thank you, Bill. So let's go back here. Okay, so next question. Do you think we will see a bull run like 2017, where Bitcoin dropped and alts ran to insane prices? Still feels like we're not there yet. Bill, what do you think about this?
Okay, so this is a good question, right? So I think what's going to happen is at the moment where Ethereum becomes everything you ever imagined it could be, everyone's going to give up on it. Right? In other words, all I've heard all week is ETH is dead, Binance Swap, Pancake Swap, Binance Coin, Pancake, Cardano. I mean, breathtaking headlines. Meanwhile, we have guys in our, on our research team saying, stuff's going to come out for ETH that's going to solve all these gas fee problems. That's going to, all of this, they have names for it, layer 2 scalability, Uniswap version 3. I mean, folks, this stuff's not coming out next year. Some of this stuff is going to start happening soon. And we've been covering a lot of the small alts and places to be with our private group. So, I think the future of ETH is a couple months away, right? So altcoins, as in the small stuff that 10 or 100x's, I don't think it's happened yet. I think people are trying to do it in Polkadot universe. And I think that they don't realize that there's a future, there's almost like ETH 2.0, and there's probably going to be an ETH derivatives Wall Street disruption. It may not be a ton of coins, but there are going to be 5 or 6 coins that could 50x. I'm serious. I mean, if Aave can go from 100 to 500, then some of the things that we've been talking to our customers about, that our research team has found, they can 100x or 10x, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if the stuff on Coinbase can go up 3 to 5x, the stuff that we're looking at, especially as everyone gives up on Ethereum, it's crazy.
Yeah. So we shared this project, or rather exchange, DYDX, with our customers last week, and they just launched basically integration for layer 2 scaling with Starkware. So basically, they're able to build an exchange that's fast. So what people have been complaining about with the gas fees and everything, so they're doing everything using Starkware, which is a scaling protocol or scaling technology for Ethereum. Definitely worth looking into, because I think now that we see, because if we go back here to DeFi Pulse, where is this derivatives or lending? DYDX is 6th in terms of ranking on DeFi Pulse. They have $245 million in value locked up. So now they're adding integration with layer 2 and Starkware. I think other projects will follow suit. And will this be the solution to Ethereum gas fees, or just high cost of transactions? I don't know. But I think the fact that projects now are integrating this, I think, in my opinion, this is still very bullish. However, I do see Ethereum still having this issue, because I don't think it's going to happen very, very quickly, where all of a sudden we just kind of go to no gas fees with that Ether. But I think projects like Cardano, Polkadot, and others are trying to, and also Binance Smart Chain, they're trying to compete. And for now, they're doing a very good job, in my opinion. But going back to the question you had regarding the bull run, I think it's just getting started. Now, obviously, things can change. This is not financial advice. But I think what's happening with NFTs is very huge in my opinion. And I'm seeing very many people now who typically were not in crypto now getting into crypto via NFTs. So I think if we keep an eye on what's going on with NFTs, that could tell us where the next bull run is going. Because if we go to Google Trends, let me actually pull this up here. Trends, Google. So NFTs now are more popular than DeFi, which is pretty crazy because we've been talking about DeFi forever and have barely been talking about NFTs. But if you go to trends.google.com and type in NFT and DeFi, in the last month, NFTs online is a trending topic. Yeah, so looking at this here, NFT has 100 and DeFi has 26, which is pretty crazy. So if anything, all these people are getting into crypto. They're getting into CryptoPunks, getting into NBA Top Shot. And I think all these people will eventually, because to partake in all of that, most platforms you have to either buy ETH or they do it for you kind of behind the scenes. So I know for Top Shot, they work with Flow, which has done pretty well as well. But I think all these people now getting into crypto, becoming crypto users, I think is very, very bullish. So let me go back here. So to answer your question, do you think we will see a bull run like 2017 where Bitcoin dropped and alts ran into insane prices? I think so, but I don't think drop is the right phrase. I think Bitcoin will slow down and maybe go sideways for a bit, and then altcoins will pump. But I think altcoins, in my opinion, obviously I'm a kind of an altcoin maximalist. I think altcoins are poised to have a huge run. Last year, August was the huge run for DeFi and alts. This year, we're not there yet. We haven't really had like a blow off top on altcoins. It may seem like it, but I don't think we're there yet because we've shared this. There's a site here, Altcoin. There's an altcoins index somewhere. Let me find this. And according to this, we're not there yet. Yeah, so altcoin season index. So according to this, they go through and look at top 50 coins based on market cap and whether they've done better than Bitcoin, right? So looking at this chart here, the last blow off top for alts was back in August. That's when people were talking about Chainlink, and so far we're not there yet. So I don't think we're there yet, but I do think it's coming, because when people start making 100x's very quickly and new projects begin entering the top 20 market cap, that's when I think we'll have that. But anyway, let's get back to the AMA here. Okay, so next question. Where do you see the ETH BTC ratio reaching at its, sorry, okay, so basically ETH versus Bitcoin. Bill, what do you think about ETH versus Bitcoin?
Oh, I mean, ETH versus Bitcoin is the ultimate question, and has also been sort of like creating rapid aging with me. I swear. Right. If you would have told me that Bitcoin would have gone to 50,000 and ETH would still be in the neighborhood of its all-time high, I would have said you were out of your mind. This is ETH BTC. Okay. I'm trying to get a 2-day chart pulled up here. Now, we have a saying on the stream. I know that everyone's heard, the bigger the base, the higher into space, right? So ETH versus BTC has not done much. It tried to break out over here. I literally thought ETH was going to 5,000 when this thing broke out. I literally did. And then apparently this gas fee issue, ETH got absolutely wrecked. It was like a false breakout. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, well, you know, they scared everybody, and ETH versus BTC around 0.03. is probably support. So maybe it's going to stabilize from here and go higher. But to this person's question, I mean, there is going to come a day, right? Like it almost breaks my computer to have to try to draw how far ETH BTC can go to get back to its all-time high. I mean, everything is at an all-time high except ETH versus BTC. This is why when everyone's like, oh yeah, it's over for ETH, it's Cardano, it's Binance Coin. Okay. I don't have any problem with competition. I don't have any problem with the market moving a solution to a pain point. But when I look at this chart, when I look at what Bitcoin has done with Ethereum being left in the dust simply over transaction fees, I mean, that's like saying the stock market was no good in the 80s because you had to pay $300 to do a stock trade. There's plenty of people who wanted to play. So I don't understand why ETH is underperforming Bitcoin. I just know this. The day ETH starts to outperform Bitcoin, you're going to want to own ETH, and you're going to want to own all the small coins that are coming out that very few people are talking about, all right, that can leverage, you know, the new frictionless version of ETH. Yeah, I know it sounds like, okay, yeah, the guy's going on and on and on about it, but I'm doing it while I'm making you look at this chart, because this thing where like ETH versus BTC sits in this range, this is what absolutely every altcoin looked like for either weeks, months, or years. Cardano, Ravencoin, a lot of this stuff that's mooned, sat down there dead for a long time. MATIC coming back, right? Polygon now. All of these coins do this sort of basing formation. So, you know, when ETH BTC wakes up, you'll know.
All right, that's great news. Okay, so now let's go to the next question here. Let me pull this up. Okay, what does the Polygon network look like in a few years whenever Ethereum scales? And do you see ZK rollups being the go-to solution for scaling? I don't know too much about ZK rollups. That's kind of out of my wheelhouse. That's more for the blockchain engineers. But we actually do have an interview coming up with Sandeep, the co-founder of MATIC Network. Let me actually get the date for that, because sometime this month. So any questions you have, bring them for that interview. Let me just confirm this real quick. Because I'm very, very optimistic about Polygon Network. Okay, so the interview is March 19th. So March 19th, mark your calendars. It's going to happen on, what time is it over here? Oh, wow. That's going to happen at 11:30 p.m. Central Time, which is basically Saturday at 12:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Times might change, but anyway, that's the date. So back to Polygon. So I think, let me make my screen bigger here. So Polygon is now 5% of my portfolio, and I'm staking it as well. And I think them finding a path forward, because they saw Ethereum is really going to eventually solve the scaling issue. So MATIC in its current form might not really be the best project to work on. Now they're trying to help Ethereum become interoperable. And I think that is huge. As I mentioned before, when I got in, it was about $500 million in market cap. And for a while, it was almost close to 900 million. And I think MATIC went to 20 cents. So what does it look like in the future? It looks like MATIC being on the same level as Cosmos, as Polkadot, as Avalanche, all those other blockchain projects in that same category, trying to solve that same issue of being able to transfer value across different blockchains. So if anything, I see MATIC being in my opinion, a top 20, top 30 market cap project if they're able to fulfill their vision of helping Ethereum become interoperable. Because why would you then have to go to other blockchains when you can just do everything through Polygon and Ethereum? So that's kind of my take on that. Bill, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yes, I do. So when it comes to things like this, if you're looking at the chart now on my screen, you know, again, as soon as the big coins start going down, you can always tell what the best small projects are. Anything that helps Ethereum solve the problems sooner rather than later. You know, if this coin is above 19 cents and there's no bigger problem out there, it could go to 30 or 60 cents, right? In other words, remember what we were saying just a moment ago about how people have to sit and sit and sit and watch these things do nothing. I mean, this was only a couple of days, but once this theme and this coin, we've heard management of this group present. Ian has been talking about this coin for a long time. It was really the only thing that was going up in 2019. There's no reason why that can't 5x if the market cooperates.
We call that Moon Lambo.
We just landed on the moon in the Lambo.
All right. Okay, let's continue here. Actually, hold on. Was there? So next question. Hi, Ian and Bill. Do you believe DeFi will be concentrated into Ethereum, or will other platforms capture a decent chunk of the market? If so, which platforms? Very good question. I think right now, in terms of projects or protocols that are competing with Ethereum for DeFi, really, I would say Binance Smart Chain, even though it's centralized, the fact that it's gotten lots of interest from the community and it's backed by Binance, and then also adding in what's been happening with PancakeSwap, I think you definitely do have to keep an eye out on that. Then I would add Polkadot with DeFi, although it's not ready. I think Polkadot is probably 3 years behind. So Polkadot is going through the 2017 ICO boom bust cycle that Ethereum went through. And then it took Ethereum basically 3 years to mature to then have DeFi. So until Polkadot launches, I don't think it will really compete with Ethereum. Maybe based purely on hype and just speculation, but in terms of actual value and money being locked up on their protocol in DeFi, they have to launch first. But definitely worth keeping an eye on Polkadot. Then I would add Cardano as well. So pretty much all the blockchains. Cosmos, I know, had a recent announcement where they're launching something, but I haven't really heard too much about DeFi. However, I did hear, I think a DEX is launching on Cosmos called Sift Chain. So that's very interesting to kind of keep an eye on. Now, if we go down here, let me pull up CoinMarketCap and go through all the different blockchain protocols I would be keeping an eye on. So basically, we have Ethereum, we have Cardano, Binance through Smart Chain, Polkadot, and Cosmos. So Lana as well, right? Maybe so Elrond. So definitely lots of blockchains. If I had to pick three, I would say Polkadot, I would say Cardano, and I would say Cosmos. I would say those are probably the three I would keep an eye on. Solana has lots of backers, so maybe you could switch that with Cosmos. Right now, that's also been doing very, very well. Those are the ones I would be keeping an eye on, to answer your question. Bill, how about you? Do you have any thoughts in terms of what platforms could compete with DeFi on Ethereum?
Yeah, I think you said it. I think Solana is one. You know, they're really serious. I believe that they just bought the Ren Group. Okay. I think the thing that no one talks about in DeFi is the fact that somebody is going to try to figure out how to get DeFi working on the Bitcoin blockchain.
That's true.
No one talks about that. That would be kind of nice if it was just all a one-stop shop, particularly for big institutions. So someone is going to solve that problem. I think there's obviously going to be more than one DeFi highway other than Ethereum. DeFi is going to become a bigger financial system. Right now, I think people are making decisions on where it's the cheapest place to gamble on small coins. I know the market just got washed out, so maybe that's a good thing, but you know, whoever's got the cheapest casino may not be the next long-term winner. So, you know, the Stellars, especially ETH, you know, whatever no one is looking at and everyone has given up on is probably going to work. I definitely would not underestimate the determination of Solana, right? In other words, Solana went from 2 to 18 and then pulled back to like 12 or 14. You know, we have people internally who have like flagged this coin at Token Metrics. And, you know, if I had to say like, you know, give me something right now, like should I buy Solana at 14 or Cardano? I would say do Solana, because whoever is running this means business. And also, you know, frequently the thing that everyone does, like FOMO into, you know, no one wanted Binance coin at 30, but at 350, it was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's crypto for you.
You know, that's right. So I mean, take the hidden gem mentality and apply it to big cap DeFi.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Great words. Okay. Going on to the next question. Okay. So what will happen to Amar? Any comments on the recent hack? Yes, very good question. So for those who don't know, it wasn't really a hack. It was more of a social engineering, basically a theft, right? But basically a scammer stole 1.2 million tokens from a team member. And they're able to sell that for 600 Ether, basically about 850K USD. Nothing was hacked. The project is still safe. They claim they can recover from here. However, the price did get a beating. If we go to CoinGecko here, right? It's basically down 40% in the last week. Definitely not good. Now, this was 5% of my portfolio. It still is. But obviously, the dollar value has gone down. But I'm still holding. Because to me, if anything, now is actually a good time to buy. As a value investor, you want to buy the dip. You want to buy when something is very, very undervalued. And nothing has really changed from a technology standpoint. The only thing that happened is they got hacked. I mean, not hacked, but somebody tricked one of the team members into stealing tokens. So this isn't a rug pull per se, but I think for people who were speculating, basically traders, that will definitely wash them out. But if you're a long-term believer in a project like this, then I would still be in, right? Because right now, I mentioned I've basically been yield farming this or staking this, their tokens. So I added liquidity to Uniswap, and it's making 178% APY, and they're paying you in their tokens. So if you believe in the long-term future of this project, this is basically a steal, in my opinion. Obviously not financial advice, but right now I've been using Uniswap for the liquidity, but I'm probably going to add even more to maybe SushiSwap. There was an issue with this, but I think this was resolved. Let me know if you have an interest to see me do this live on the air. I know that lots of people have been having issues adding liquidity to pools or doing staking or yield farming. So if that's an interest to anybody, post down below in the comments and also smash the like button. And if you like it, then I'll do it live on the air. Bill, what any thoughts on Amar from a TA perspective?
Okay, let me pull it up. I got it right here. Let me just make sure that I've got the right symbol on the screen. Is that correct? Armadai?
Yes. Is there a pair with ETH? Let me take a look. Yeah, ETH has more volume. I would use that one. Amar ETH. Yeah, I think wrapped Ether.
Okay. All right. So it's a very similar picture, right? Where they kind of just wash it out. This may be a better technical read. I think Ian said it best. You know, I don't think there's a project in crypto that hasn't had some sort of technology hiccup. And this seems like a classic case where you take a big 62% retracement level, like right here, you know, at 0.0049, right? So you get this big red candle, everyone sells, all the stops get run through the big fib number, and then it should come back, right? Because if nothing's fundamentally changed and all the short-term people panicked, really, that's when you should buy. So when I have a more cautious view on the market, like that's actually what I'm looking to do across a lot of coins, is wait for the panic, which I don't know, who knows? That could have been this morning when you woke up. But, you know, you want to buy this type of stuff when people are panicking, right? Like, wow, there was a hack in crypto? Really? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it happens all the time. So if you like the coin and everyone is losing their mind, you know, it's a testimony to the nature of the market, right? Like 1 minute, everything is going to 10x, and I need to invest in things that have no white paper and no team. The next minute, something that's decent, everyone's dumping it and freaking out.
All right. Thank you, Bill.
Go ahead.
Okay, so people are saying there's definitely lots of interest in watching me stake tokens to AMR using a DEX. So let me actually go through that as well. But let me see how we're doing here. Okay, Bill, any last words to our audience?
Friends, remember, if there's a problem with crypto next week, it's not because of crypto. It's because of legacy. If there's no problem with legacy, there's no problem with crypto. All right. If the Fed comes in with the bazooka, you know, be ready to pounce on the smaller coins that you like. Okay. But just remember, if you see something ugly in legacy, don't get over your skis in crypto. Right. So I want you to be here for the live stream next week. I want you to preserve your capital, and I want you to make money. So get after those small coins that you like, but just keep an eye on those bigger markets.
All right. Thank you, Bill. And we'll catch you next week.
All right. Have a good one. Thank you.
Bye.
We just landed on the moon in the Lambo.
All right. All right. Time for an overtime session.
Taking pictures with the zone.
Let me also pull this up on IG.
We'll be coming back to you.
I'm gonna do an IG live stream as well, giving the game away. If you're enjoying this live stream, be sure to smash the like button and also subscribe at tokenmetrics.com. Let's get that rolling.
We just landed on the moon in the Lambo. Taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples.
Wow, we're about to hit 1,000 viewers across all different platforms. Can we do it on the stream? Okay, we're on IG as well. You can follow me on IG at Diary of a Made Man. Hey, what's up? Was Darab and for others just joined. What's up? We're doing a live stream also on YouTube. And if you want to see my screen, just go on YouTube, youtube.com/tokenmetrics. Okay, so let me pull up my screen here, and we'll go through how to stake AMR tokens and yield farm. So basically, how to make 257% APY. So we're making money here. Okay, so let me just pull this back up. Give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, so here we go. Okay, so we're launching this new segment for the live stream called Crypto How To, where I go through and I show you how to do something. So there's been lots of requests for me to walk people through how to yield farm, how to add liquidity to different pools. So I'm going to do this live on the air. So let's see how it goes. First time doing this. IGTV. Follow along, see my screen. I'm going through how to basically earn 257% APY. So I currently have Amar and I have ETH in one of my wallets. So I'm going to stake this. I'm going to add liquidity through 1inch exchange. So I basically just came here on their site. This is amar.fi/rewards. Then you go to liquidity rewards. Basically, just go to the homepage, go to rewards here, and this has all the different pools. So let me kind of go through what I'm doing at a high level. Okay, so let me zoom in here. So basically, to incentivize liquidity, projects or exchanges such as Uniswap, 1inch Exchange, SuperSwap will take part of their tokens, meaning that their own token like Amar or 1inch or Uni, and give that to anybody who adds liquidity to their liquidity pools. So the reason why the APY is high is because you're taking on risk. That risk you take on is called impermanent loss, meaning that, for example, we've covered this in last week, but if one of the tokens, in this case, I have Amar and ETH. So let's say Amar goes up and does a 5x, you would lose 25% based on how the graph is, because all these DEXs follow what's typically called a AMM, automated market maker, meaning that you have instant liquidity. So for example, if you deposit 100 grand into this liquidity pool or LP pool or LP, you have to have half and half. So basically a ratio of 50% for each. So meaning that you have 50 grand worth of Amar tokens and 50 grand worth of ETH tokens or ETH. Meaning that anybody can then come onto the DEX and trade instantly without having to go through an order book. So this is great. This is why DeFi has really taken off, because now projects that typically would have no liquidity are getting liquidity. People like us, other investors, are adding liquidity for these projects and earning yield on this. And the yield is high because you're taking on that risk of impermanent loss. So in this case with Amar, the yield is, if we go through all these different pools they have here, let me go back. Let's do picture in picture. Okay, so coming here to the site, we have Uniswap. I'm currently on here. So I staked 354 LP tokens, and I've earned basically 3,100 Amar tokens. This has been in about 2 weeks, I believe. Sorry, excuse me. So basically, I just come here and I look at what I currently have in my portfolio. So I have Amar and ETH. But looking at this, though, if I had wrapped Bitcoin, WBTC, and Amar, you could earn 353%. So obviously, I'm not really into Bitcoin, but if I did have Bitcoin, I mean, this would actually be very, very nice. So I just go through all the different ones I have, right? So for me, I just took this, Amar and ETH, and I just did a control or command F on the Mac just to search and see all the Amar ETH pools they have. So SuperSwap is paying out 209% APY, which is good, but 1inch is now paying out 257. So these rates fluctuate over time. So sometimes it's kind of tough to try to game them because it's always changing based on how much liquidity is being added. So in this case, I'm going to do 1inch, which is a platform I like. So what I do is I come here, I click add liquidity. Then it's taking me to the 1inch liquidity pool. Okay, so in this case, okay, so now I have to unlock, meaning I have to give this DApp, in this case 1inch Exchange, permission to use my MetaMask. Now I have my MetaMask connected to several wallets, and I use them through Ledger, which is a hardware wallet. Definitely recommend getting a hardware wallet because you need that. Okay, so anyway, let me unlock this. Okay, in this case, how much do I want to unlock? Actually, let me see how much I want to put in here. So I have what? 24,000 in ETH available. Actually, sorry, just give me 1 second. We're doing this live, so I want to see how much I want to deposit for this let's do. Yeah, I don't think I have. How much money do I have in Amber? Anyway, here I'll just unlock everything just to keep things simple. Okay, so now it's popping up my MetaMask. I don't think you guys can see this, can you? But anyway, I go through MetaMask and I'm signing the transaction using my Ledger wallet. So I go through review to make sure it's the same transaction. I click accept. Transaction has been submitted. Now I'm basically just waiting for this to process. But once that is done, so you see here, it's basically loading. Once it's done, hey, what's up, IG? How you doing? If you want to follow along on my screen, just go to youtube.com/tokenmetrics. So just wait for this to process. So as you can see, the fees on this are pretty high. Let me actually see if I can pull this up here for everybody. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so transaction has been confirmed on Etherscan. Let me see how much that cost in terms of fees. Amber did not get hacked. They got somebody stole tokens from a team member, but they were not hacked. Anyway, why is this taking long to load? Because I'm not sure why it's taking long to load here. Just give me 1 second. It's saying there's a network issue on Etherscan. Okay, maybe we can't show that right now. Okay, anyway, let's go back to this. Okay, so yeah, okay, now I have to. We just unlocked this. Why isn't this working? Okay, apologies. I'm trying to do the math here. Let's see. I do 20. If I do $20,000 USD. Okay, sorry, just give me 1 second. Okay, I'm going through. I just want to see how much I should put up here. This is how you know I'm doing this really live. Okay, let's do maybe 15,000. I think that'll be maybe easier. Okay, so $15,000 is the amount we're going to add for liquidity. Actually, you know what? Sorry, 30,000. Let's do 30,000. So that way it will be 15,000. So in this case, it's 14,823 in ETH, basically 10.2 Ether. I'll be adding. Then I'm also adding about 2,200 tokens for Amber. Okay, so yeah, because notice when I did this, this is why it wasn't working, right? Because I was trying to add too much. So anyway, now I have $30,000, half and half. Now we provide liquidity. Now I'm signing the transaction through MetaMask. The gas fee on this is $52. I click confirm. Then it's going through again. Now it's adding liquidity. So that's going to take some time to process as well. Then we just kind of play the waiting game. So we can just actually just wait for this. It should pop up here with an alert once it's finished. As I'm doing this, okay, and Bits says same thing happened to you. Yeah. So if you have any issues with adding liquidity, kind of like what I was having, that typically means one of the pairs you have is too much. So just reduce the amount, and then that should solve it. So let me see if this says. Looks like it's still processing. Reef. I've been hearing about Reef a lot. Our team is looking into it, so we'll keep you posted once we have more information. I've done a deep dive code review on that project. Okay, so this transaction is still processing. Did it go through? Just give me 1 second here to check. Okay, let me just check to see if it went through. Thank you, Moonboy. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate the good words. Okay, let's do Amber. Okay, why didn't this not go through? Yeah, sometimes this is buggy. Okay, so anyway. Oh, okay, that's why. I'm sorry. I have to confirm it on my ledger. That's why I didn't go through. It's been a long day and long week. Okay, so now it should go through. So let's give it some time to process. Okay, Michael is asking, what cryptos should I be holding? Okay. Okay, sorry, IGTV went off. What cryptos should I be holding? I mean, for me, I've already shared what I like, right? Amar. I like Ethereum. I like Idle Finance. I like Torn. I like MATIC / Polygon. I like, hey, what's up, Chris? I like, what else do I like? I like lots of things. I like P Network. Those are the ones I like. And everything I get into, I'm holding. I'm not really a trader. So that's kind of my mindset. When I say long term, I'm saying minimum 6 months, right? So, but ideally, I like to hold for longer than a year. So I'm basically trying to target long-term capital gains tax treatment. But that's basically that. Don't get hacked on live TV. We have hardware wallets now, right? But anyway, let's see if this went through. Let me refresh. If you're on IG, you can follow along on youtube.com/tokenmetrics. Okay, it looks like it still did not go through. Yeah, what's going on here? Okay, let's do this again. Okay, so we're gonna try again. Okay, just give me 1 second. Okay, so I want to deposit 30 grand worth of USD, meaning that $15,000 worth of ETH and about 15 worth of Amber. Okay, let's do this again. Paying $50 in gas fees. Okay, now MetaMask popped up. I'm confirming the transaction on my hardware wallet. Okay. All right, so transaction submitted, and now we just wait. Yeah, so sometimes you just keep on trying. Is there something wrong with the stream? No, the stream is fine. Everything should be live. Okay, so this is still processing. As that is processing, is Bill gone? Yes, Bill is gone, but I'm still here. I'm walking people through how to yield farm and earn 257% APY on Amber using 1inch exchange. So, okay, so transaction has gone through. Okay, so let's try this again. Okay, now it's saying I have to unlock Amber. Okay, so yeah, I'm not sure what the heck's going on here, guys. Sometimes you just gotta keep on trying. Actually, hold on. Okay, so it looks like it did go through. That's why. Okay, there we go. We did it.
We just
took a while.
on the moon and the land
right, so you see here, now I have $29,763. I have basically about 30 grand now in liquidity added here, right, on 1inch exchange. And I went to kind of recap, I went directly to the Amber site, amber.fi, went to rewards, clicked on add liquidity, because this is the exchange I was trying to add liquidity to. Now I just come back here and I refresh the page, and their site should automatically pick up my LP tokens. Yeah, there we go, right? So unstaked LP tokens, 76,000. Now I stake them, right? So same thing. In this case, I'm staking everything, right? So I stake that. Now I'm getting a pop-up in MetaMask. It's about $7 in transaction fees. I confirm that, go to my hardware wallet. I accept. And now, after a while, this should transfer to staked LP tokens, and I'll begin earning yield. Okay, MetaMask is popping up again. This time it's about $26 in transaction fees. Okay, let me confirm this again on my hardware wallet. Hey, what's up, IG? Welcome, welcome. Okay, so let me just refresh to see if this has updated. Where was my... Okay, it looks like it's still processing. Anyway, let me check the comments here. Explain impermanent loss, please. I covered this in the beginning. Let's see here. Is the yield automatic, or do you have to claim? Okay, sorry. Let me. Looks like some of these comments are still showing. Okay, is the yield automatic, or do you have to claim it? It's automatic. So you claim it. So the yield, like if I go back up here to the top, right? So in this case, it's out of here. It shows you how much you're earning. So it's going into the pool of smart contract, and then you have to claim it, right? But it does show you how much you're earning in real time. So hope that answers your question. Let's refresh this again. Have we done a code review on Swift chain? We're currently looking into it, so stay tuned. Okay, let's check this again. All right, there we go. Right, so now we have staked LP tokens, and I've already earned 0.24 AMR tokens. Right, so that's how you yield farm in general. So to recap, I did this directly on the site. I came to the website, went to rewards. I added liquidity to a pool. We had to kind of do that a few times. Once we added, let me go back here, right? So now, yeah, so now it's not actually showing up here, right? But I came here, provide liquidity, and then you put in the amount. So you have to unlock for both pairs. So you put that in. If you're getting an issue where, let's say you're putting a large number, right? You'll get this issue with the lock, meaning that you have to unlock more of that pair to make it available. So if you have that issue, just decrease the amount. So if I decrease this, right, that means I have enough of this available in my wallet to add to this LP. Then the LP tokens, you keep on refreshing, wait for a while. It should update. It will show up here as unstaked. Then you stake those tokens. You confirm the transaction. Then wait for a bit. Then it will update and show that you're now staking, right? So if we refresh, all the values update in real time. So that's why I've already earned 0.24, and now it's 0.56, right? So APY is over 250%. So if you're a long-term believer in any project, I think yield farming can be very, very beneficial. All right. Okay, so let me know what you guys think down below. If you like this segment, we can do a lot more of this. Okay, what I use to track my crypto? There are many things. I use Zapper.fi. I use Blockfolio. I use Etherscan, because basically I have several wallets. So I use that. I also have Telegram bots that I can connect any wallet to, and it will track whenever there's a transaction there. What is the best platform to buy crypto? I like 1inch Exchange. That's my default. I buy everything on there, 1inch Exchange, because it's a DEX aggregator and you can buy across different platforms. So to me, it makes the most sense. And that's also why I'm kind of an Ethereum maximalist. Okay, Florian says, I love this segment. Okay, we'll keep on doing more. Let me know what you'd like to learn next, and I'll definitely work on that. Could I do Torn? Yeah, we can definitely do Torn. It's kind of the same thing, right? So, sorry, let's okay, so for Torn, let me see if I can pull this up here. Let's do that actually. Hey, what's up, Drew? Do I have a list to share of the coins I am interested in? Pretty much just go through the live streams. That's where I do it. Okay, so this one is okay for Tornado Cash. Not sure what the question is. Are you saying in terms of adding liquidity? So it's the same process. So let me bring this back up here. So you come here to 1inch Exchange. Well, yeah, come here, put in Torn. And you check the rewards, right? So in this case, there is 129% APY for Torn. If you click on this, it'll actually break it down. So that includes 31% for adding funds to the liquidity pool, then 98% for yield farming. So if you add that together, you get basically getting 130%. So same thing, you add liquidity, you put in the amount, and you approve the transaction. Then you come here to farming. This is where it's kind of different, because with Amar, it was directly on their site. Here, we're doing it directly on 1inch Exchange. So you come here and you deposit your LP tokens. So it's kind of like what we're doing with staking. And that's basically it. Now, Tornado also has anonymity mining. So to do that, you just come here, you come to launch. If this can load, right? And then you deposit Ether. So in this case, you say you can do 1 ETH, 10 ETH, 100 ETH, or 0.1 ETH. So this is basically a tumbler, meaning that you have to send a fixed amount of ETH. You deposit that, they then issue you a note. You take that note, and then you basically go to mining here, and that's where you do it, right? Let me just make sure. Let me do it first before I say anything. Okay. So in this case, yeah, you go there, they give you a key, and you're basically kind of staking the note. And you just wait, and you're earning AP tokens. Then once you're ready to withdraw your Ether from the tumbler, basically from a Tornado Cash, you go there using your note, withdraw, and then you go to the mining section, and then you withdraw your tokens. That's basically that. Do I think the market will dump? We covered this earlier in the other live stream, so I would just go watch that. Just be careful. I mean, a correction is healthy. Corrections are warranted. Right now, market has been going up a lot, so for it to correct, it's definitely needed. But just if you're a long-term investor, if anything, now's the time to buy the dip. Yeah, as Joe is saying. For questions regarding Tokenmetrics support, just contact support using the chat in the top and in the bottom right of the screen, or just email support@Tokenmetrics. teach us how to add Polygon's quick swap to MetaMask. I think you can just Google that. I mean, to add to MetaMask, you have to add a custom network. So typically there'll be a guide where you copy that information. What are the best low cap gems on KuCoin? Good question. Well, currently we can use token metrics for that. Right? We come here, we say KuCoin as the exchange. We do low cap. Let's do what? Let's do monthly. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see my screen. Let me bring that back up here. Yeah, so just join token metrics as a customer. Come here to trader, monthly, low cap, and KuCoin. Click submit, and this will show you that our top picks for the month using KuCoin. Right, so here we have Ergo, I see GoChain, Chromia, News Crypto, Grin. So not the best coins in my opinion, but it's trying to do the best it can with KuCoin as the only exchange. So I would just use that. Okay, all right. Let's see what's next. 1inch is on Binance Smart Chain. Have you used it yet? No, I've not, but it's definitely good news. But I've not used it yet on Binance Smart Chain. Actually, I did try to use it, but I just I have to get BNB first, which I don't have. That's why I stopped. But I did add it to my MetaMask. Okay. Do 1inch pools have a time frame for how long they last? Yes, they do. So typically there are promotions with the project. So for example, in this case, looking at, so all these are pools that are currently active. But if you go up here to the top, it shows you pools that have ended. Right, so all these pools have ended. So nothing typically lasts forever. Going on to the next question. What does the percentage mean on the graph? That's the percent of the portfolio. So question is regarding, right? So meaning that this is 6.96% of the portfolio. Okay, what questions do you have, IG? What is up? Bro, I need you to do a walkthrough for me personally. Unfortunately, you don't have the time to do that. That's why we do it at scale. So we're doing the walkthroughs for everybody because now we have over 500 people walking through, right? So that's just a more efficient way to spend time. What do I think about Binance Smart Chain farming infrastructure? I mean, it's good. They're basically just forking Ethereum with no fees. The projects still suck, so I would not hold those for a month. Basically, just get in and get out. Not financial advice. Don't buy anything now. Yeah, I mean, everything just depends, right? If you're dollar cost averaging, maybe. But for me, typically, I don't really buy more. But that's me, right? My mindset is kind of different. Glad it was helpful, Ross. Okay, Moonboy is saying, Ian, what's the most trusted staking platform? Good question. So the ones I use, pretty much 1inch exchange. Just come here to farming. Make sure you're in the active farms. And yeah, just use that. The other one, SushiSwap. So just come in here, go to farm, make sure it's on all, and they have all these different pools, right? So you can try to sort this by ROI, but typically you want to make sure that what you're farming are projects that you think have value long term. So what I do is I just come here and I just put in like every coin in my portfolio to see if there's any pool for that or any farm for that. So in this case, there's no farm for idle. Hold up, I thought there was a farm for idle. What happened to this? Okay, let's try Torn. Actually, let me refresh. I think because of the filter. Everyone on IG is trying to join the live stream. Can I tell you my thoughts on Mark and Idle? We already have videos on YouTube about that. So just go to youtube.com, type in token metrics Idle, and you'll see a video on that. Okay, but anyway, let's try this again. Okay, so Idle. Okay, there we go. Right. So wow, the Idle pool is paying out 96% ROI. I'm sorry, the farm, 96% ROI. As you see here, I have some Idle farming there. Then let's go through every coin in your portfolio that you're a long-term believer in. So the Tornado Cash farm is paying out 103%. I have some Tornado there. So I'm doing both. I'm basically doing this, and I'm doing 1 inch. So because the ROI or the APY will fluctuate, so sometimes I'll do 1, and then SuperSwap will end up changing and having a higher APY. Then I'll also do that because every time you add and withdraw, you're paying money in gas fees. So you want to kind of be conscious of that. But yeah, those are the 2 main platforms I use. And then the third one would be directly on the project's website, kind of like with Amar. I will stake and hold. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. Are you into NFTs? I've been looking into it. I've been learning a lot more about NFTs. We're actually thinking about maybe creating our own NFTs just for fun. Would you guys find that fun? Let me know down in the comments below, because we could NFT maybe our, like, because we've done some pictures in the past, or not pictures, I would say art in the past, or just even hiring a artist to create NFTs for us. Kind of like, imagine NFTs for me and Bill. That's something we're looking into. Maybe even turning our crypto songs into NFTs. Maybe turning Moon Lambo.
We just landed on the moon
into a music NFT. So let us know what you think. What is an NFT? Okay, well, let's go back to the basics. I'll try my best to explain what an NFT is. Now, I'm no NFT expert. I've not really done any NFTs. It stands for non-fungible token, meaning that it's a token that is unique and individual. So for example, it's kind of like art. Imagine having the Mona Lisa. You know that this is the only Mona Lisa out there. That's basically what an NFT is. Or imagine like having trading cards. Imagine you have a Michael Jordan rookie card, and you know there are only 100 cards maybe that came out. So it's basically each NFT or each NFT token represents an individual asset. It could be art, it could be anything really. It could be digital. So you're basically tokenizing something that's real or digital. Now it's different from fungible tokens because fungible tokens don't really represent an individual thing, right? So for example, if we go to a popular site like OpenSea, that's OpenSea.io. Let me pull up my screen so you can see. Okay, so let's go through this rabbit hole, right? So OpenSea is a marketplace where people can buy, sell, and discover rare digital items. So in this case, let's pick one of these random NFTs here. So here people are selling virtual worlds, basically land, but you can sell anything. You can sell collectibles, you can sell, okay, this seems kind of weird. Let's look into this. So here in this case, somebody is selling Bitcoin Betty. Okay, oh wow. Okay, so this is a digital Pokemon-like card of some made-up character. And looking at this sold, or this person is selling this for over $7,000. Now, when you buy this NFT using ETH, in this case, you now own this. You have verifiable proof on the blockchain that you own this. And I've never used this site before, but just kind of going through this. Right. Actually, best thing to do. So this is one popular site to look into. One other site is Rarible. So with Rarible, the cool thing about it is you can go there and create your own NFT. And I think going through the process of creating one, I mean, heck, maybe we make one right now, right? Pop the cherry. Actually, you know what? Let's do that, because I do have my MetaMask connected. So let's do an NFT, right? So Rarible is the first community-owned NFT marketplace, kind of like OpenSea, but the cool thing is you can create one, right? So let me see if I have any art I can add on the blockchain. So let's go through the process. So we'll do a single NFT. You can do multiple. Multiple means, like, for example, if you want to have Michael Jordan rookie card, but have 100 of those, right? You would do that. But in this case, we're going to do just one of one. Super rare, right? I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do this on. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I have anything we can use. Maybe like the Moon Lambo. What do I have that I can use? Yeah, sorry, just give me some time. Let's see. Anybody with any ideas? Because I had some of those. We had some cartoons I made in the past, but not sure where that went. Yeah, sorry, this is going to take longer than I was expecting. Yeah, maybe it's not on this computer. Yeah, actually, you know what? I don't think I can do this. What would be the Aave of NFTs in my opinion? Well, I would say Flow protocol. That's what NBA Top Shot is doing. Yeah, apologies. This is something you kind of got to plan for. But NBA Top Shot. Let me pull that up. Yeah, NBA Top Shot. Let me. Can it be audio on Rarible? Good question. Good question. That I did not check. Yes, yeah. So it takes MP3, it takes images, videos. So, I mean, could we do a music video? Music video NFT? That'll be crazy. So I did join NBA Top Shot, but I haven't really bought any packs yet because they sell it so fast, and I haven't really had the time to go on there and just buy them whenever they drop. The name of the site. Right now, I'm on NBATopShot.com, but Rarible, Rarible, is pretty cool. But I mean, this is blowing up, and this is going to be happening now, I think, in the future for other leagues, because the NBA they had first mover advantage. I think NFL, MLB, NHL, even soccer, all these platforms, I mean, all these leagues, they'll be leaving money on the table if they don't get into this. So as a result of this, all this is going to blow up. and this is running on Flow blockchain, right? So I did think about actually buying some Flow tokens, just kind of based on that, and also based on them having the best code review score we've given out in the last 6 months. Our engineers like Flow. If I go here, let's see where Flow is. The only issue is I have to buy it on CoinList. It's not Ethereum. I think there's a Ledger integration. I'm not sure, but I think there might be. But it's basically $500 million market cap. And I was thinking about buying this. I might buy this in the future. Not sure yet, but it's definitely on my watch list of projects too. Because has this dipped? Yes, it's not really dipped at all, despite this crypto correction. It's only down 2% in the last 1 week, and it's up over 20% in the last 1 month. So definitely on my radar. And in terms of where you can buy this, basically Kraken and CoinList is where you can buy this. So if anything, I have been thinking about possibly adding this to my list. But anyway, back to this. I wonder if you could like buy one right now. Yeah, everything's sold out. So that's why I haven't really bothered with it. Looks like these are pre-order packs. And this is sold out. The other one, the other platform. Yeah, so this we can't join. The other one I've been hearing about is So Rare, I believe. This is for soccer or football, if you're not in America. And it's kind of the same thing, I believe. Yeah, so own your game, experience football connection like never before, bringing fantasy to reality. So this one I think is also blowing up as well. So keep an eye out on this. Wow, they've raised 50 million. Okay, that's crazy. I wonder what blockchain they're using. I'm not sure if this is also on Flow, but this is basically the NBA Top Shot version for football or soccer. Yeah, pre-orders sold. Yeah, they sell out in 5 minutes. So I don't really have the time to sit there and try to buy these when I'm working. Yes, Chamath, Mark Cuban, Gary V, all these people now are bullish on NFTs. So this is gonna blow up. And I think once all these other leagues, because I think why Flow has done pretty well in the last week or so, OpenSea announced that they would be adding Flow NFTs onto their platform, because right now it was Ethereum based. So if you're trying to get into NFTs as an investment, what I would do is, besides Ethereum, of course, is probably Flow, because there you're basically investing in the infrastructure, and they already have big partnerships with NBA. I mean, because naturally, I think MLB and all these others would also join Flow. If not Flow, they'll probably do their own. But I mean, Flow already has good customers. One I've also been hearing about recently is Ecomi. Let's actually pull that one up too. And they have good licensing, and our team is going to look into it and do a code review on them as well. And the partnerships or the licenses they had were mainly, I think, with comics. Yeah, so they have Vive. Not sure if I'm saying that right. Where's the licensing or their IP? Why isn't this showing? Okay, let me just Google this. Ecomi. They had one with Pokemon. I think the team used to work with Pokemon. Okay, I'm seeing something here on Twitter. Hey, what's up, IG? You can follow along on my screen by going to youtube.com/tokenmetrics. Okay, so it's somebody from Pokemon licensing, but not the actual person, it looks like, right? Alfred Kahn has had an enormous influence on many people's lives, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, so not actual Pokemon. But that one, our team will look into it. So they're running on the Go chain, which is a fork of Ethereum. Probably not ideal for me, to be honest. Flow is still, I think, to me, the premier NFT play long term. Okay. Since I'm not in Bitcoin anymore, what's my best store of value right now? Ethereum. Ethereum is my Bitcoin, and then I have altcoins. I don't really do stablecoins because I don't really trade. Fiat or US cash is my stablecoin. If you're enjoying the stream, please smash the like button. What time is it? This has been going on for a while. Okay, it's 8 p.m. over here. I'm probably gonna have some dinner. Okay, what is your opinion of the props token? I bought it back in the ICO in 2017, and I'm wondering if it's a legitimate project. I also invested back then, but then they give people an option to get a refund, and I pulled out because I kind of saw where things were going with US projects, and I figured it would be a long time until they launched the token. And I think, did they ever launch the token? Let me take a look. Because Blockstack ended up doing it, but did props do one? Okay, looks like they did launch their token. But market cap 12 million. And where is this trading? CoinList? Okay, so OKX, Uniswap. It hasn't really done much, to be honest. Let's just check out the ROI. Yeah, so it's down 32%. So it's been trading since 2018. Wow. Yeah, it's been pretty quiet. But I mean, I would not personally invest in it, but that's just kind of my take. If I was still holding it, honestly, I would get out. But that's not financial advice. I think the opportunity cost, unless you strongly believe in the project and you think this is going to be big. Actually, let's take a look and see what they've been up to. I haven't seen their site in a while. Yeah, so honestly, I don't think this is what I would be personally investing in right now during this. They basically, they kind of pivoted now, I see. They're creating a protocol or platform for people to issue loyalty tokens. But I mean, Ethereum kind of does that already. So, I mean, definitely not something I would personally be invested in. Hope that helps. Moonboy says it's dead. Okay. Okay, somebody's saying go to OpenSea and search for DGC Blue. Okay, let's do that. That's still available. Okay, let's go back to OpenSea. Yeah, we were trying to do an NFT live on the air, but I don't think I have my graphics with me or any art I can put up. What are my thoughts on BNB? I mean, Binance is clutch. It's definitely been quite the investment because it's over 7,000x return at the peak of the all-time high. Okay, we have DJ CBLU. Okay. The song, okay. Let's play this. Okay, all right. Okay, so this was made with Rarible. No price history yet. Let's see. What's been the best selling? Do they have like the best selling? Yeah, so these hash masks have actually been doing very well. It's been very popular. So somebody sold this for what? Just 1 Ether? So it looks like they're. So Hashmask is definitely one to keep an eye on too. We couldn't really do a code review on because NFTs aren't really. We can't really do code reviews on NFTs because it's not really technology, right? It's art. So the way I would do it is I would treat this as a trade. So I wouldn't put more than I'll put less than 1% into any NFT of your portfolio, right? So, but this is pretty cool art, though. I will admit, like all this is dope. And they do have their own token. Actually, let's see how that's doing. And NCT. Yeah, $2 million market cap. Oof! Wow, down almost 60% in 2 weeks. Right? Talk about pump and dump. That's why I say put less than 1% of your portfolio and treat this as a trade, because I mean this is what happens. Looks like the wave is dying down on this one. Nobody wants to hodl an NFT or NFT token. Yeah, so I think if you're going to do NFTs, just do the infrastructure, the technology. So that's why I think Flow, in my opinion, is the best NFT play. You just got on. What's going on? We're just chilling, just going through NFTs, answering people's questions. Oh, that's your album? That's what's up, mean boy. Okay, so check the ongoing auction with Christie's for NFTs. What's the link to that? Let me see if I can search for that. Use NFT sale. Okay, yeah, I mean, I did hear about Beeple selling his NFT, but is that sale? Is there a different sale going on? Okay, here we go. Christie's.com. Ian will buy a jet at the end of a bull run. Oh man, I wish. I mean, probably not a jet. My goal now is honestly just I'm here in Austin. I'm probably going to move again. I'm probably going to go downtown. So my goal is simple: just penthouse in downtown Austin. Just need ETH to bounce back. Okay, why is it giving me this pop-up? Okay, how do I view the actual stuff available for, okay, auctions. But I'm not seeing NFTs here. Is there a category for NFTs? Yeah, it seems kind of tough to find. Okay, Ian, how do you report the trades for filing taxes if you buy, sell from ETH instead of USD? Honestly, I just use token tax. Tokentax.cl. You basically just give that access to read through all your different exchanges. So come here, right? They support all these exchanges, even DeFi, right? Which is pretty cool, right? They have 1inch exchange, they have Aave. They can also read from your hardware wallets as well, and they handle everything. Then I give that to a CPA. The cool thing about this is they can also give you CPAs as well, right? So you come here, they have. It is somewhat expensive, but I feel like in crypto, if you're making money and you want to make sure everything is good, use this. I'm probably going to use, because taxes are coming up. Yeah, I'm probably going to do silver or gold option this year, because it's pretty much the same for having a CPA do it yourself. I mean, I'll do it with you, but they have like a directory of CPAs, I believe, already in their system. What do I think about new blockchain standard for NFTs? Did you take a look at Luxo and Tari and NFTX, a DEX for NFTs? Luxo, that's an exchange, I believe. I haven't looked into that in a while. Tari, I haven't heard of. NFTX, that one I think I did hear of. Let me Google that. NFTX. Okay, NFTX.org is the site enabling NFT index funds. Okay, that seems pretty interesting. Let me switch my screen. I mean, website seems empty. I'm not seeing any graphics at all, just seeing text. Yeah, it's saying front end data might be outdated. Yeah, so not really sure about this one. Not sure if this is the right site. But anyway, making the DMV obsolete would be great. I'm not sure what that is in reference to. Yes, anybody in the comments asking to send you Bitcoin is fake. Definitely report that. World Traveler says, I'm buying a condo in Brazil. Oh man, I was trying to come to Brazil, but COVID happened because I haven't been there since the World Cup, and I didn't go there during the Crypto World Tour. How about an idle bounce back? Would it be possible during a shaky March? I mean, if it's shaky, it's probably not gonna bounce back, honestly. Let's take a look here. Yeah, because idle has been getting wrecked, unfortunately. But I still believe in the project. I'm still holding. Oh, it's actually up today. But damn, yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it's down 63% in 2 weeks. Yeah, but what gives me confidence, besides having good technology, right? If you come here to, I think, assets, where's idle? Idle was somewhere here. Maybe, what, lending? Yeah, idle is 8th right now on DeFi Pulse. Let me switch screens. Right, so it's 8th right now. So coming here, even though it's down this much, if we come to DeFi Pulse, I'm kind of just watching this, right? So they have over 100 million locked, even though it's down today in terms of the assets locked up. But Cream Finance, what's their market cap, right? Let's take a look at this. Cream. Is 77 million market cap, while IDO is 18 million market cap, right? So it's very undervalued. I still believe so. But in terms of other projects that compete with it, maybe Alpha Homora. Okay, let's put in alpha. Let me just make sure this is the same one. Yeah, Alpha Finance. So their market cap is 325 million. So, I mean, that's why I think IDO is undervalued. Now, I know they've been making some changes through governance. I haven't been keeping tabs on that recently in the last week or so. But, I mean, I'm still holding that. I'm going to get that time to run. Because, honestly, it takes time for some products to moon. I learned my lesson in the last bull run. You don't want to sell too early. Okay, token metrics customer. That's what's up.
We just landed on the moon.
Thank you for being a customer. What do you think about Republic Note? They're a Reg A+ certified, have a lot of backers, and have been a solid company for years. Do you mean Republic Protocol? I mean, not protocol, .com. So I did hear about that. They were trying to do some kind of tokenized note or something. It's a good platform, but they do take a good portion of fees to projects that are trying to launch on there. But definitely well known in the crypto space. They had a props project on there, I believe, back in 2018, I believe. But definitely legit. Thoughts on 1 inch on Binance, yield farming at 1000% APY. Hey, I mean, if you can get it, get it. If you're not able to partake in 1 inch exchange on Ethereum because of gas fees, and you can do it on BNB on their smart chain, definitely take advantage of it. Now, 1 inch, that is a token I strongly believe in. That's why it's 5% of my portfolio, and that's why I've been using the platform to farm. Okay, this question is very common. How would you go with $10,000 now to invest? $10,000 to invest. I would buy Ethereum, and I'll do the same thing I'm doing now, honestly, right? So we shared with the customers, yeah, I would buy Ethereum. I'll join tokenmetrics.com. I would look at the code reviews we have coming out. I'd only look at projects with a score over 80% on the code review. And I would then place bets. I would make 20 bets, 20 investments, because I think that's a good enough amount to basically 10x the portfolio. So the goal would be to turn 10 grand to 100 grand, then turn 100 grand to a milli. So 2 10x's on your portfolio equals 100x. So I'll probably do $500, which is 5%, into those good projects with score with code review over 80% and with a low market cap. And that's what I would do, honestly. And I'll just keep on doing that. So that's because with that, the main thing you have to do with that size of your portfolio is 10x that portfolio. Because once you 10x that, then you can start doing the yield farming and start making passive money on the side. Because the fees for yield farming on Ethereum with 10 grand, I don't think it's worth it. I think you have to really probably get to like 50 grand or more, or maybe worst case, maybe 25 grand to be able to do yield farming and not kind of be concerned with the fees. But there are projects out there that are valuable. Like recently, we shared with our customers. Basically, our project for the week last week was, let me pull this up here, was Radical. So, but even them, so they had a token sale through Balancer, and the token sale was overhyped. great project, good code review score, but looking at where they launched now, yeah, so it's basically at $14. I was trying to get in at about $4.30, but that's not happened. So I'm basically watching this project dips. I'm trying to catch a dip. I'm hoping this can come back to like come to like $4, and then I'll get in, because that will give it a market cap of under 40 million. So in general, I like projects with a market cap under 30 million, maybe worst case like 40 million. But basically, I'm looking for 10x potential. So I want 10x potential in that investment. So I look at its current market cap and say, can this do a 10x from this level? So kind of like same thing I was doing with MR. I keep saying it wrong. But anyway, right? Market cap 22 million. Can it do a 10x? I think so, right? So basically, I'm looking for 10x potential in all my altcoin investments, and I'm looking for a code review score over 80%. That's how you kind of balance out the risk. Then I'm also looking for yield farming, but at that level, you can't really do yield farming. So I would just focus on doing a 10x on your portfolio, and then you can do yield farming. Maybe staking you can do, but it all depends on the fees. But yeah, that's basically what I would do to invest $10,000. In terms of what projects, that I would just use token metrics. Okay, I think I kind of answered that same question with OWeb TV was talking about in terms of, yeah, same thing with a small budget. Just focus on building the portfolio up first. And then once you have that, then you can kind of focus on cash flow through yield farming. Okay, let me see. What other questions do we have? HNT is doing great considering the market. Oh man, I mean HNT. That I'm printing money with Helium. So if we go to that one, like it's up 10% today. It's been pretty. Yeah, this one has been stable during corrections. It's almost like a stable coin. I think that's mainly because people are not selling, because my Helium device is making, in the last 30 days I made $1,500 and that's with 3 days off because of the storm here in Austin. But yeah, $1,500, and that's at current levels. So to me, that makes so much sense, right? So if anything, I'm planning to buy more, but I have to do that probably on Binance US. Yeah, I'll probably go to Binance US and probably buy some more. But I've never actually used Binance US, so we'll see. But I mean, this one is long term. Long term, my target for this is going to, I think this can 10x even from current levels. So $3 billion market cap. So very, very bullish. How do you build a portfolio? Very good question. Depends on the goal. I would say the easiest way would be to just go to token metrics and use our indices. So if you come here and choose, let's say you're a long-term investor and you want to invest for 1 year and you want to invest using Coinbase and no low cap, click submit. We'll go through and it will create a portfolio for you. Now, obviously, this is not financial advice, but it's a good starting point in terms of how to allocate capital towards a portfolio. So in this case, you have Bitcoin, Synthetics, Ethereum, Arger, BAT, some stablecoins, Cosmos. But for me, honestly, my approach is different. My approach, because I'm willing to let my investments ride, and I don't need the money right now. So I'm basically in Ethereum, and then I'm just putting 5% into good altcoin projects that have good code reviews and have 10x potential. So I'm heavily in Ethereum, honestly. So not ideal, but I'm comfortable losing that money. But I have been looking to diversify out of Ethereum. The only non-Ethereum project I have is Helium network. So I'm trying to get some more of that. And as I mentioned before, I'm looking into Flow. But basically, you want to have your altcoin picks, but you don't want to have just altcoin picks. I mean, just like low cap or micro caps. So I would also have some large caps, or I guess medium cap. So my medium caps are Polygon and MATIC. Then I also have 1inch exchange. But that's basically it. Honestly, I don't really have too many large caps besides ETH, which is not right, but that's what I like. But if I did have to get any large caps, what would I get? Let me pull this up. Yeah, so I have Ethereum. I mean, Cardano. If Cardano can really get DeFi, I mean, I have to really keep an eye on this one. So I'm having our team look into this. But Cardano, Binance has obviously done well, BNB, Polkadot, but I don't really have any of those. For me, I'm all in. I'm basically all in on ETH, and everything else are just altcoin low caps. But it's not for everybody. But however, that's the approach that worked for me in the past. So proof is in the pudding. But I'm basically swinging for home runs, but I'm comfortable if I strike out, and that's something not everybody can do. So you have to balance that out by having good risk management, and that's why we have the code reviews. That's why we only do 5% in our portfolio, and that's why you also factor into things such as the liquidity ratio and other things like that. Right? So all that can help to de-risk a heavy altcoin portfolio, because pretty much I don't think there's risk investing in altcoins if you can filter out at a high level and be successful with it what's good and what's bad. Because yes, these coins are under $50 million market cap, but if we're going through and actually looking at the technology and the code, and we know, okay, you know what? This is better than some projects out there that have a high cap of like $500 million or $1 billion or more. I'm willing to be the first one to find that undervalued project. Okay. Hey, what's up, Solo? My thoughts on Stellar Lumens. I mean, they have good partnerships with IBM, but it's not something I would be investing in. But I think it's better than XRP. But it's one of those large caps, because what are you trying to get from Stellar Lumens, I guess, is the main question. For me, I like Polkadot and Binance and Cardano better than Stellar Lumens. However, I like Stellar Lumens better than XRP. But I don't think there are that many people building on Stellar, although there are some projects, but not enough, in my opinion, compared to Ethereum and even Polkadot. If anything, Stellar is more of an enterprise play. Bean to Beans. Hi, I'm a tokenomics subscriber here. Are you still bullish with Zilliqa? FYI, I met you in person back in 2018 in LA. Oh, that's what's up. I love LA. Okay, so Zilliqa. I mean, Zilliqa has good technology, so that hasn't really changed much. But the space is getting very, very crowded. Because where is Zill now? Yeah, market cap of 1.2 billion, 55th in market cap. I mean, it's not my long-term play, but I mean, it's solid technology. But I like Ethereum more. Oh man, MATIC, Polygon, best performing project this week. That's good. Solana has also been trending up. Worth keeping an eye on that one, as we mentioned before. Okay, and then biggest mover today, MATIC. Oh man, 23 cents. Oh, okay. I guess this is, hold up. MATIC is still mooning from 18 to 24. Oh wow, $1.2 billion market cap for MATIC. Oh man, because I got it. I bought more at what, 500 million market cap. It was like 10 cents or less, I think. Yeah, MATIC is the one. MATIC, Polygon is the one. So to me, this is my large cap. Right, a large cap that I think is undervalued. That's eventually going to be a large cap. I mean, because this is just printing money, honestly. And I'm doing staking too. Actually, what's the APY for MATIC staking? Let me look that up. Plus, let me see if I can pull up the news that they had. Yeah, so this was the news they had, and this was very, very bullish news for PNT, but also for MATIC as well. So this was a tweet from Polygon. I keep on saying MATIC, but I should call it Polygon. But the symbol is still MATIC. But basically, right, delighted to announce the launch of the first EOS Polygon cross-chain bridge powered by P Network DeFi. Right, I'm not even following them on. Am I? Looks like I'm in my Tokenmetrics account. Anyway, then eDog tagged me. That's what's up. But anyway, let's pull this up. Let's pull up the Medium article. So I mean, very, very bullish news that MATIC is already integrating with P Network, both projects I have in my portfolio, and they're now working on cross-chain NFTs and tokens with EOS, right? So yeah, P Network powered bridge to Polygon, connecting it with EOS. The cross-chain connection enables the EOS asset and EOS-based tokens to be moved onto Polygon and is now available for all Polygon users and its growing DeFi ecosystem. Yo, I mean, MATIC or Polygon, plus also QuickSwap. QuickSwap is basically their DEX on Polygon. That's our team is also looking into this. We're doing a code review on this, but it's already been moving. Let's see here. Right, so yeah, I mean, almost a 10x in 2 weeks. Now this is one I should tell our engineers to hurry up with the code review on this one. I'm not sure what the market cap is. Looks like it's still calculating that. All-time high was 562. All-time low, less than 2 weeks ago, $31. So from $31, oh man. So basically it launched at 210, went to $31, then went to 500. Now it's at 474. So we'll keep you updated once we're done with the code review on this. But it's basically Uniswap running on Polygon. And I think it's basically just a fork. Yeah, so pretty much the same thing. But I think for this, you have to have MATIC tokens, kind of like how you have to have ETH on Ethereum to use Uniswap and Money to Exchange. So with this, you have to have MATIC tokens, I believe. But don't quote me on that. Why does every YouTuber ignore your question for option room? It sounds like a scam. I mean, just based on the name. But actually, let me look that up. Option room. Let's go through CoinGecko. Okay, so option room, market cap 24 million, down 34%. It's trading Uniswap, Gate.io, Biloxy. Okay, all right, let's check this out. This was on Polkastarter, I think, right? Option room is an forecast protocol. Yeah, I mean, this is pump and dump, honestly. No offense if you're in this project, because, right, it says governed Oracle and forecast protocol built on Polkadot. Yet their token is ERC20 token, meaning that this has no current functionality. It's a Polkadot project currently as a Ethereum-based project. I mean, so basically they're riding the Polkadot hype train, right? So this is honestly not usable. But let's see, because Polkadot is not live yet. So to me, getting in on a hype train for a project that you can't use, these are the first projects to dump during crashes, because I mean, you can't use them. Like, for example, Uniswap, Aave, Synthetics, all these DeFi projects, they're not going to dump as much because people are actually using them. They have actual users. But these pump and dumps are, right, that they're Polkadot projects raising money on Ethereum, and the token is an Ethereum token. So really, it's just pure speculation. So if you're looking for speculation, as I say, put less than 1% of your portfolio into them. But this is not an investment, honestly. So that's why I'm not really talking much. I mean, Polkadot, don't get me wrong, great technology, but it's not live yet. So, I mean, Polkadot as an investment is fine, but all these projects on Polkadot, it's just gambling, plain and simple. I mean, if they make money, that's nice, but I mean, let's not act like there's actual value here when you can't actually use the token, and Polkadot is not live yet. Yeah, I mean, Polkadot is great technology, but it's hype. It's kind of like what happened with Ethereum back in 2017. So Ethereum, we had ICOs where projects were raising money just on a white paper, and they would launch a token that you could not use at all. And that's why the SEC came in, shut down the party. Lots of projects got in trouble. And now people are doing the same thing just on Polkadot because it's the new wave. And then once Polkadot launches, then eventually you'll have actual projects building on Polkadot, kind of like what's happening now with Ethereum with DeFi. So last bull run, with that ICO boom bust cycle, Polkadot is going through the same thing. And if you go back to 2017, 2018, all those ICOs, where are they now? Wrecked. Okay, so all these projects on Polkadot, honestly, same thing. They'll get wrecked. Polkadot will mature, and then they'll have their DeFi boom. So our team did a review on, yeah, I think we did, but I don't think it was a good one. When I see a bad review, I don't even look at the project anymore. Have I seen 88 miles per hour token? It's pretty much bonds on the ETH network. Yes, we scored this. It didn't score over 80% for code reviews, so it didn't really look much into it. But lots of interest, I think, on social media about that one. You consider Polls a project on DOT? Polkastarter? Now, Polkastarter, that one, as much as I'm bashing all these Polkadot projects, Polkastarter is the one that got away. Like, if I were to invest in a Polkadot project, because our engineer did review this one, and this scored over 80%. And I still didn't invest. But if you got the dip, if you bought the low back in October, you'd be up 32x on your investment. So $1,000 to 32 grand. So this one has actually done pretty well. So if I could have, this is probably the only Polkadot project we scored very well, meaning over 80%. So if you are to speculate, this would be one, right? Polkastarter. If you're enjoying this live stream, please smash the like button. And yeah, it's 8:40 p.m. and we've been going for over 2 hours. Hope you like the overtime session. Yeah, so with that being said, let's wrap things up.
We just landed on the moon in a Lambo. Taking pictures with the zoom and the
Yeah, so if you're
angle.
enjoying this live stream, smash the like button, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, share this video with them, get them into crypto. Not being in crypto is a financial crime. And we're trying to give the game away. That's why we do these free live streams. If you enjoy these live streams, definitely join Tokenmetrics. We think this is the best crypto investment research company out there, or platform out there. Obviously, we're biased, but we built this for a reason. And if you're in the pro plan, we had our weekly calls, bi-weekly, basically every 2 weeks, and now we're doing them weekly because lots of interest. We just hired 2 new people on the team, 1 new senior investment analyst who's now doing pretty much in-depth research to find all these hidden gems a lot faster. So there was an email sent out, I believe, yesterday with our top projects to watch. A lot of them haven't even launched yet. So we'll be giving you a lot more of that. And then we also have code reviews coming up soon, right? So stay tuned. We're trying to ramp things up to change from 5 to 20 code reviews a week. So give us a week or 2, we'll be there. But we're trying to find these hidden gems a lot more. And we have been finding them. And once we find them, we basically bunker down, because the goal is to really find projects early on, like Helium Network. At least for me, I'm a long-term value investor. So I'm not trying to trade these projects in and out. I'm trying to get in, accumulate, build a base, build a foundation, then go to the moon and beyond, right? Like with Helium Network, let me actually pull that one up. I was saying I'm done, but I just want to kind of go through, because this is textbook value investing or fundamental analysis. Because Helium Network is now at $4.41. But if we go to the low, right, you could have bought Helium in April at 11 cents. 11 cents. That is a 37x return on your money. That's $1,000 to $37,000. But guess what? This was not just a straight line up, right? You had to go through all this, the crash, goes up, crash, right? Just to get a 37x return on your money. Okay, so that's why you should not really get worried or panic. Because if you worry or panic about an investment, that tells me automatically you do not follow good risk management. Then, because just think about this. If you're making 20 investments and you're putting in 5% into all those investments, why would you panic? Unless you're putting in more than 5%, which means that you're putting in more money than you can afford to lose. So for me, the strategy is to do what happened with Helium, to do it all over again. Because this is in less than 1 year. But guess what? This is why I strongly believe in value investing and not these pump and dumps. Because let me pull this back up again. Even though there are these crashes, the value is accruing. Like Helium is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. It's not getting weaker. Like all these pump and dumps, they dump and they die. But Helium now is a lot stronger than it was a year ago. I mean, I just wish I bought more. I mean, that's my biggest regret. because I mean, I knew from day one, like market cap was super low. I knew this was the one. I mean, it went to $5 even, but I knew it was the one. So same thing with all these other projects. Once you do your research, thanks to Token Metrics with our code reviews, and you see something is undervalued, yes, it might be a rocket ship, right? But all the good investments beyond are rocky. But the main thing is when there's a market correction, they bounce back, and Helium is going to bounce back. Or in this case, it's actually not dropped. It's almost like a stable coin. But if you go to explore.helium.com, this will show you why I'm very, very bullish. Look at this. They have almost 19,000 hotspots. Almost 19,000 hotspots. And they're launching in Asia this year, I believe. Right. So right now they launched in North America and Europe. So the network is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So you want to find projects like this, because I guarantee you, obviously not financial advice, can't really make guarantees per se, but I'm very, very optimistic that 1 year from now, or let's say bull run ends after 1 year, or even now, and we enter a 2-year bear market, I know when the next bull run comes back, this will bounce back, because people are actually using their network. They have partnerships with companies like Lime, Nestle, and they have people actually running hotspots or nodes. That's why I applied to be a validator, and that's why I wish I bought more. But if you find projects like this, where you know the fundamentals are solid, like this right here is fundamental. This is fundamental value at its finest. So now we're trying to do the same thing with other projects. I mean, yes, maybe some people missed Helium, but guess what? We find the next Helium, the next 10x, 20x, 30x project, 40x project. Because Helium, I mean, my target has been the same from day one. If I can go back, it's basically top 20, top 30 market cap, and it's doing this now. It's not even there yet. Those are the projects we like, not these Polkadot projects that that haven't even launched yet, that are doing their token on Ethereum, even though they're trying to ride both waves of Ethereum and Polkadot. Watch these projects also now pivot to Binance Smart Chain and then to Cardano. Once DeFi has launched on Cardano, right? All they want is your money, right? You want to stay, and you want Ian to stay late. Talk about Helium. I mean, because it's printing money, and passively. I mean, just think about this. If you bought the device for $600, it's now down to like $350. You just plug it in, and you're making $1,500 a month if you're in like a downtown area. But so actually, the antenna matters a lot. So I met up with a friend of mine, equity investor in Token Metrics. So he's in his downtown, and he has the stock antenna, the one that comes with the device. It's making probably like half the amount of money I made, and I'm about 10-15 minutes from downtown Austin, but I have the big antenna. So the big antenna definitely helps out a lot, right? So I would definitely use that if you can. Which miner do I have? So I have the default miner. So if you go to Helium, let me go through this again. Right, you go to Helium, and then where is this? They keep on changing their site. Basically, I think helium.com/store. Yeah, so all the devices now are pretty much, they're backlogged. They're almost sold out everywhere. But I have the one that they used to sell, but I don't think they have them anymore, because they're working towards becoming decentralized. And once they have that, I think that's how they get into Coinbase, honestly, because they're building a network that's owned by the community. They've open sourced the hardware specs, and now anybody can can create their own devices. So it's really an internet for the people. But anyway, these are the ones available. So buy the device, buy the antenna. Actually, somebody shared with me there was a bundle available, which is, let me see if I can pull this up here. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, so this is available on Rack Wireless, like this right here. This should be required for anybody who has a device, because that's how I have the big antenna, right? So this is a bundle. You got to, let me actually drop this in the comments. Give you guys a gem. This is what we shared with the customers last week. Just put the link there. But basically, you buy this device or this bundle, come here, choose bundle 2. This gives you the base and the adapter and the antenna, all for just $72, which is a steal. Make sure the frequency is right. So if you're in Europe, you do 858 to 878 megahertz. If you're in the US, do 900 to 930 megahertz, right? And you just buy that, $70 to basically double your rewards, right? Because I mentioned I'm about 10-15 minutes from downtown Austin, but I'm making twice as much as people who are downtown who have the stock, the small antenna that comes with the device. So just by adding this, you can go much longer in terms of talking to other devices. So definitely worth doing this. Basically, that's what I have here in the back. If you can see that here, let me pull this up here. This right here. But I mean, just think about it. You buy a device. Honestly, this only works if you're in a big city or close to a big city. If you're in the middle of nowhere, not ideal. But actually, what somebody just told me, not sure if anybody knows this, but so you can actually have 2 devices in the same home. Even though Helium said that's not possible or it's not ideal, I met somebody who's doing it. And what they did is they have the Helium device itself. Then the second device is a different manufacturer. It's a rack miner. And they're still earning tokens. Now, maybe they're not earning as much as they could possibly earn, but it's still working. So you could try that as a worst case. But I mean, because think about this. You buy this for let's say the device is what, $350, $400 plus 70. Let's say $400 to $500 as your initial investment. And once you do that, if you're in a good region and you're earning $1,500, you're basically making back your money. You can 3x your investment in the first month. So going back to people's question earlier, if I had 10 grand or if I had a small portfolio, I'll be mining Helium from the jump. I'll be mining Helium all day, every day. I mean, because people are printing money, literally. But anyway, I've been rambling a lot. You can see, if you're on IG, just go to youtube.com/tokenmetrics to see my screen. But I was going through the antenna. I mean, this is pretty cool that they have a bundle. And actually, somebody just told me about some other company. What was it? Was it called Emirates.io, I think? Let me see if I can pull this up here. So this is a company that's giving Helium devices at scale. So he's actually an ambassador. He told me about this. They're basically a Helium patron. You come here and they buy devices for you, like to show you how bullish, how much Helium is about to blow up. So I heard they have probably like ordered 10,000 devices. So they turn this into a full-fledged business. It's kind of like they're like Bitcoin miners almost, right? They're right. So looking at this, hold on, just give me 1 second. Yeah, so you basically buy a device from them. No, I'm sorry. They ship a device for you. Let me just double check this. So if you don't have the money for a device, I think you come here and they'll send you a Helium device, right? Order a free cool spot, right? So they'll send you a device for free and then they'll split the profits with you. Right. So if you have no money, and you have internet or Wi-Fi, you could probably just do this. Right. If you're let's say you're in college and you're trying to make money, you basically buy okay, let's see here, right? So step 1, order a cold spot. Step 2, basically download the Helium app. Step 3, sign up and create your wallet. Step 4, to receive your HNT earnings from Emirate, please share your HNT wallet address. Yeah, so basically it's a profit share. I'm not sure how much the profit share is, but I mean, they're giving out free devices. So, I mean, if you have no money and you want to start somewhere, our company is Emirate. Here, I'll drop the link. Now, I've not used them before, so this is not an endorsement. However, I'm just putting this out there for anybody who's curious that hasn't had maybe the resources to buy a Helium device, but you have internet. Let me drop that link there. But I mean, anybody can do this, because I know somebody who's doing this in New York. They have 50 devices, and they're basically sending them to. Okay, so Robert says it's 80-20 share, so you get 20%. So 20% on Helium for doing nothing, just having internet. So definitely worth looking into. But yeah, that's the plan. That's the game plan. I told you guys I was leaving, and now I'm really leaving. But hopefully that gives you some alpha and you make some money. So buy the bundle, definitely worth looking into, and also that. All right. With that being said, thank you so much. Smash the like button, and I'll see you next time.
We just landed on the moon and the Lambo.
The moon is not the limit. To the moon and beyond. Thank you, crypto family.